Hello, everyone. Welcome to GA's Tea Time. We discuss all things General Hospital. If you haven't already, please hit the bell notification. The like and subscribe really helps the channel. And I want to send a special thank you for everybody that has already subscribed. So, guys, let's get our teacups, let's get our snacks, and let's get ready to discuss our favorite characters. General Hospital Daily Recap, Monday, March 9th, 2026. So, guys, there was a bunch of people in this episode. We had some Jason, some Dante, some Carly, some Charlotte. Let's see what our favorite bunch of characters are up to. So, guys, it is the morning after, and Valentine and Carly are in the bed. My new favorite couple, Valentine and Carly. So, anyway, um, Valentine was pretending like he was asleep. He's a spy. I'm sure he probably does not sleep. Anyway, he gets up and he says good morning to Carly. And Carly's kind of like, whatever. So they have a short discussion about, do you think you regret it? And Carly was like, I don't regret anything. We're both consenting adults. We didn't do anything wrong. So she's with this Valentine in her relationship. She didn't seem like she was like, oh my goodness, I made this horrible mistake. Get out. So, Valentine did ask her, did you do this because you wanted to, or did you want to get back at Brennan, like kind of stick it to him by sleeping with Valentine? And she was like, maybe it's a little bit of both, right? And then she asked Valentine to hear a problem with it, and Valentine gave her a kiss. So he ain't got no problem with it. The funny part, guys, oh my gosh, I think I almost screamed. Jason walked in as soon as Valentine kissed Carly. Oh my goodness. I was like, he's gonna kill this dude. It's like, please don't hurt Valentine. But Jason didn't hurt him. But Jason did say to Valentine he need to go. Like, get out. Valentine said he wasn't going anywhere unless Carly wanted him to leave. So Carly did ask him to go. She was like, I need to speak to Jason for a few minutes. So he left. Um, when he left, Jason and Carly had a very adult conversation, which I was shocked. Because usually Carly is just like, you got to do what I say. But no, she just gave Jason the rundown and told Jason exactly why Josslyn said she wants to be in the WSB, and that the reason why she's working with Valentine is because she wants to get her out. And Jason was like, he doesn't think that Josslyn wants to get out, and Carly agreed. She's like, I don't know what to do, because she was just like, and she blames herself because she stayed with Sonny, and now she feels like Josslyn's given up her whole life to go after Sonny, right? That's her mission. And Jason felt like he was partially to blame too, because he was like, he kept on encouraging Carly to go back to Sonny. But in the end of everything, Jason was kind of like, you don't need Valentine. You could just use me. I'll help you with the situation. Carly was like, yeah, but you made Britt a promise. And she was like, I'm not going to come between that. That's going to lead you down another path. You can't help both of us. So she was like, she's going to stick with Valentine because Valentine knows about the WSB. He knows about a whole bunch of other stuff. Um, so Jason wasn't happy about what he heard. He wants to help Carly, but he understood. And he did ask Carly, do you trust Valentine? She said, I think so. She doesn't know for sure, but she did say that he's probably her best bet. It was kind of sweet, bittersweet moment, because she was just like, it's always been Jason and Carly against the world, but she's like, not this time. He was like, and then Jason was kind of like, it's always going to be Jason and Carly against the world. He gave her a hug. So he's going to let Carly go with her best instinct. Carly's not stupid, so she's going to hang in there with Valentine because she feels like Valentine is her best bet to get Josh out of that whole situation that she's in. Brennan came over to Josh's apartment, and it's really funny how he just shows up places. Because I was like, what if Trina was home or comes home? But anyway, so he was giving Josh a rundown about his suspicions with Cullen. Josh finally gave him the update that she was the one that cut the power at Windermere during the storm, and how she met up with Cullen. Brennan was mad. He was just like, you are supposed to stay off these people's radar. This guy is, not a good dude, whatever. He's, real powerful and everything like that. So Johnson still doesn't seem like that's clicking on, that this man could do things to her. I'm talking about Cullen. But Brennan really wants her to stay underneath the radar. Josh wants him to break up with her mother because she feels like if he's thinking that Cullen is this bad of a person, that it's going to have fallback on her mother. But he's like, he doesn't want to stop dating her. He's in love or whatever, and like, or whatever Brennan's love thing is with Carly, so he doesn't want to give Carly up. I don't know if Brennan can truly love anybody. I mean, he's a spy, so always has to lie. So that's why I'm like, and like love, whatever. Anyway, at the end of it, Brennan's just kind of telling Josh, stay underneath the radar, don't poke the bee's nest, and leave these folks alone. So Josh got out the shower. She come out with her robe and her head all covered up, and Valentine is sitting on her sofa, and he's looking at her. He's like, Agent Jax. She turns around all frantic, trying to, and then she goes to her backpack reaching for her gun. He had her gun in his hand. He was just like, look. He was just like, this is a side note. This is the stuff that I'm talking about with Josh. Josh has to understand that people like Valentine, Brennan, Cullum, all of these people, they have years of experience over her. So she needs to stop acting like she knows all, be all, and understands who these people is that she's messing with. But anyway, Valentine did tell her he's not going to go anywhere. He's staying there with her mother because he's her best bet of staying safe. Like this whole situation, and he said Josh knows this with Sidwell and everything is getting ready to come to a head, and he needs to stay close to Carly to keep her safe. Josh didn't have anything to say about it. She kind of just looked at him and then he left. But Valentine is 100% right. I mean, at this point, it don't make any sense for him to leave, and Josh needs to leave him alone because he does have a certain set of skills, and he can help her mother, and she's gonna need it. So Nina has a new intern. It's Charlotte, right? So Nina and Lulu came up with a plan that Charlotte can go and be an intern at Crimson. They think it'd be a good idea, keep her busy, keep her out of trouble. So Lulu and Nina asked Jacinda to take Charlotte around and show her around, see what she was going to be doing. Um, Lulu and Nina were talking, and Nina and Lulu both know that Charlotte is playing them. So Nina assured Lulu, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep my eye on her and keep her busy." Jacinda and Charlotte were out in the hallway, and it was funny because Charlotte don't want to be there. Every time you look around, she rolling her eyes. She's barely. Jacinda was telling her something. She was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And she just really like, I don't want to be there. But we also know she doesn't want to be there because she doesn't trust Nina anymore. Because she overheard Nina talking to Brennan a few months back about trying to find out, shaking Charlotte down for some information on where Valentine is at. So she's done with Nina. So we'll see what happens with Charlotte's endeavor at this Crimson's intern. Christina came by to talk to Jacinda, and she's like in a slight panic. She's like, Jacinda, I need your help. Da, da, da. I got this opening to Charlie's. I don't have nothing to wear. So they raid in that little closet that they have. I guess people send over samples or whatever, and she found a nice outfit for Christina to wear. It's really funny. They just be taking stuff out of that closet. I'm like, ain't that stealing? Like, you're not supposed to do that. So anyway, Jacinda was telling her if Nina has anything to say about it, she'll say that Michael told her it was okay because Michael don't care. But Christina was thanking Jacinda for her help. So Brennan comes over to Nina's office, busts in her door. He's like, I gotta speak to you. Midday, okay, in front of everybody. So I'm like, there's no sneaking around. We just doing this now. Like you just showing everybody that you just got some business with Nina. That's weird. Charlotte sees this and kind of opens the door a little bit so she can overhear them. Jacinda and Christina had walked off. I think Jacinda was still helping Christina with something. And Charlotte overhears the whole conversation, how Brennan deleted that video of Willow being at Drew's house when he was got pow pow. And he was like, you better go find some information for me on where Valentine is at from Charlotte. So now Charlotte could see what it is, like the whole picture of what he got and why Nina is working with him. I don't know what she's going to do with this information. Maybe she'll pass on to her father. Maybe Valentine can use it for some reason. But Willow's little house of cards is slowly crumbling. So Maxie came to see Dante because she thought that Dante would be wanting to rant with her because of Lulu and Nathan dating. What she didn't realize is that Lulu and Nathan did not tell Dante, which is insane because honestly, I didn't even think about it. I was like, when Lulu was going to go tell Maxie, Nathan should have been over there telling Dante. It don't make sense. Why didn't they just do this all together? So Nathan is up there talking about he's a chicken too. He should know he should have talked to Dante, early in the day. Dante was offering for them two to go out and get beers together and everything like that. So Dante told Maxie he didn't know, and he was just like kind of like it doesn't bother him or he didn't, whatever. He just kind of left it at that. But obviously it bothered him. But Maxie was like, I just came over here to see if you wanted to rant together, but I can't believe they didn't tell you. So as Dante and Maxie are speaking, Nathan and Lulu come in. And Maxie's like, "Oh, I already told him." And then Lulu had the nerve to say, "But why did you do that? Are you trying to be vindictive?" Lulu, stop that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on now. But Maxie was just like, I thought he knew. But Dante just was like, look, I don't care. And then his phone rang and he was like, I got to take this. It's police business. So Nathan and Lulu left. They were looking behind them because they was suspecting more of an outburst or something. But Dante kind of just blew them off. And then when they left, he kind of sat down in his seat, kind of like heavy, like he was like really thinking about it. And it kind of did bother him. I think it might have bothered him more because it's Nathan is his friend and nobody said nothing. More than him wanting Lulu. Maxie, on the other hand, I don't know. I know she don't want her best friend dating Nathan. I get that part. I'm hoping that she didn't want Nathan too, like she wants both of them, like Spinelli and Nathan, because that don't make no sense. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that she sticks with Spinelli. Something tell me that this Nathan is something going on with him. And she already felt it. So she know there's something there, but we just haven't figured it out yet. Alexis and Christina were just talking shortly, and Alexis was really going in about how Willow is just not qualified for that position. Christina was like, but she's like, she's going to support her, whatever decision is so far, fine. She's the new congresswoman, but she's not qualified for it. Christina agreed, and she was like, but that position was yours, and they just kind of left it at that. But it's true, Willow's not qualified for to be anybody's Congress anything. So here goes Sidwell. Sidwell comes over, sees Willow, tells Willow, listen, don't be listening to anybody else. When Ezra comes over to tell you something, he's speaking for him, and you need to follow that lead. So Willow was kind of like, yeah, no, I know. She got it if she knows that she's following what Sidwell says. He basically told her she could do what she want in that position. Just don't, as long as it doesn't intertwine with his mission. Like whatever he needs to get done, Willow needs to comply. If she wants to use it to take care of his people or get underneath people's nerves or whatever she wants to do, he's fine with that too. The one thing that I did not like, he told Willow that she need to tell Alexis to give back Scout. Scout need to come live in that house. See, here's my issue with Sidwell and his he be at one point he seems smart and then at other ends I'm like, what, this don't make sense. This doesn't make any sense. So it's the same thing with Lucas. Let Lucas stay in the house. Now Lucas can't leave. Don't let him leave. But he can see all this stuff going on in the house. Why would you want Scout in this house? It doesn't make any sense. First of all, Willow don't have no time to be taking care of Scout. So Scout gonna be all around looking at stuff. She gonna see stuff is wrong, right? They drugging her father. So you think she ain't gonna see none of that? It's better if she stays at her grandmother's. But here goes Silver. He's like, the optics don't look good for a congressman. It look like you just sending Drew's daughter away. Who cares what the optics look like? He does not make any sense. I don't know. He's not a good plan person. I don't know. I'm just like, what is this? This little girl gonna figure this out and go tell somebody. But anyway, he told Willow to bring Scout home. So Scout came over for a visit that Alexis and Willow planned so she can see her father because Scout is concerned about her father. When she gets there, Scout is looking at him and she said, Daddy, are you okay? They did tell her if he blinks once, it's okay. And if he blinks twice, it's a no. Yes, no, right? So she asked him, Daddy, are you okay? And he was looking at Willow and then he was like, he blinked once to say yes, he was fine. You could tell so bad he wanted to be like two blinks, so no, right? But he couldn't do that to Scout. Before Scout had got there, Willow did talk to him. She was like, "Look, you need to keep this visit right. Like, don't be, don't do nothing extra, cause so she don't have to do any extra." So anyway, that happened. Scout's concerned, and Scout asked Willow, "Can she go get some markers from her room before she heads out?" Willow tells Alexis while Scout is out away that she wants her to come home. Look, Alexis, I don't understand about Alexis because as soon as Drew was incapacitated like that, she should have been to the court. She should have been there building this case to get that child to live with her. I don't know why she keeps thinking that these people are going to do the right thing for that little girl because they not. The other thing is Willow got all these responsibilities. How are you even supposed to take care of Scout, your own two kids, this Congress seat, all the stuff you're doing, all this, and take care of Drew? That don't make any sense. Alexis needs to run to that court and get full custody of that child until her father can move around. But look, I don't know. Alexis too trusting with these people, and if anything, Alexis need to go out and tell everybody what she did, so that everybody could just be side eyeing something, anything. I just hope that Alexis doesn't just sit down and just take this. Hey guys, that was the end of the episode. Don't forget to hit the bell notification, to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel. And thank you for joining us at GHT Time. See you next time. Bye.